Hi mommies, this is Tanya, Noor's mom. So today I'm going to be talking about the hygiene that you need to maintain while handling your baby's feeding bottles. So a lot of moms DM me saying that our doctor has advised us against using baby bottles and has instead told us to use a spoon or a bowl or a paladi to feed our babies. So there are two reasons why doctors actually recommend this. Number one, they want you to breastfeed your baby as much as possible, and especially in the initial months when the baby is born and the first couple of months where you're trying to establish proper breastfeeding. If you give a bottle too soon and too often, there's a high chance that your baby might start rejecting the breast. Next reason is that they fear that proper hygiene will not be maintained while handling baby bottles, and that can have a very very drastic effect on the baby's basically digestive system. So their immune systems, we know babies are very very underdeveloped when they are born, and any slight infection can cause a lot of problem to them. Diarrhea, stomach infections, so many things. So this is another reason why they don't advise using bottles, because bottles contain milk, and milk is like the best breeding ground for bacteria. So hence it's very very important that you maintain proper hygiene while handling them, and because if you don't, then the risk of infection, stomach infections in your baby becomes very very high. If it is established that you are going to be majorly bottle feeding, that you are not exclusively breastfeeding, majorly you're going to be using bottles instead of the breast, then you can start using bottles, whether to feed pumped breast milk or formula milk to your baby, because practically it is not possible to use that katori, chammach or paladi all throughout the baby's feeding journey, because even though initially the katori, chammach and paladi might work because the baby's appetite is less, the baby doesn't have a lot of movements, but as the baby grows, the amount of milk he drinks will increase, then his fidgetness, his activity level increases, and you will have trouble trying to feed him from a spoon and a bowl. You will also not be able to track how much milk the baby is drinking, because most of it might just get spilled over here and there. So it's okay to use bottles, but only if you maintain proper hygiene while handling your baby's bottles. So the first question that comes is that which bottles are better? Are plastic bottles better or glass bottles better? So see, decades ago only glass bottles were available. There was no concept of plastic bottles. The reason being, see, glass is obviously always better, right? Even in our house we use glasses to drink water and not plastic glasses. The reason behind that is that glass is easier to clean, it has no chemical interactions, there's no chance that any odor will go inside the milk, and there is less chance of scratches also. However, now these days they are not very readily available, and they're also very expensive as compared to plastic bottles, and also they stand or have this risk of falling and breaking, and they are very heavy also. So if you use a right plastic bottle that is BPA free and preferably from a good brand, then there is no harm in using a baby bottle at all. You just need to maintain proper hygiene while handling them. So on the practical side, it's not possible to use glass bottles, because you might in the middle of a night accidentally knock it over and there would be glass all over, and just normal handling is not possible. So let's be practical and let's be okay with the plastic bottle, because now that's the norm and that's what is being used all across the world, and it is doing well. The next question that comes is, when should you replace these bottles? So for plastic bottles specifically, you must replace a baby bottle as soon as you see signs of wear and tear, like discoloration, yellowness, scratches, breaks, or any bad odor coming from it, or say maximum of 5 to 6 months. So you should not use a bottle longer than that, definitely. And for glass bottles, you can use them even for longer, say a year or so, because like I said, glass is absolutely safe for your baby. But I chose plastic bottles because I knew that I wouldn't be able to handle glass at all, and it's a very comfortable choice and I'm very happy with it. And I'm using the Dr. Brown's narrow neck anti-colic bottle and it's working very well for me. Let's come to the hygiene that you need to maintain. So whenever you are dealing with baby bottles, whether you're cleaning them or you're making milk for your baby or transferring milk, pumping milk, you need to wash your hands properly with a antiseptic hand wash like Dettol or Lifebuoy properly for around 20 seconds. And if you feel that it's not possible for you to do this every time, then keep a sanitizer, but not a normal sanitizer, a hand rub, a bacterial hand rub, this kind, which is available in hospitals and which doctors use on their hands before they go into surgery. Use this kind of a hand rub, keep it near your feeding station, and every time if you think you can't or you are not able to wash your hands, use this and let it dry and then handle bottles. Now, cleaning of bottles. So I have a detailed IGTV where I am showing you how to clean bottles and even sterilize them, so you can check that out in order to understand how to clean them. But just to summarize, whenever you're cleaning bottles, number one, you take out all parts of bottles, remove them and you rinse it under normal water first. Then you take good amount of RO water, filtered water in a big bowl, add your baby cleansing liquid to it and let those parts soak in that baby cleansing liquid for around 2 to 3 minutes or even longer if you have time. Then use a bottle brush that comes with a bottle or a nipple brush, whatever you have according to the brand you're using, and clean each part very properly, especially the smaller crevices. Then you again have to rinse all these parts of the bottle under clean RO or filtered water. And after that you put them in the sterilizer. And when you put them in the sterilizer, all the openings of the bottle or the nipple, it should be facing downward, so that when you sterilize, all the steam goes inside them. They shouldn't be upside down. So I have a detailed video on this. Do check it out if you want to see how it is done. But here I want to basically talk about sterilization. So sterilization is very, very important for baby bottles. You need to sterilize your baby's bottle for at least 12 months and even longer if you can, but 12 months is adequate. Now, there are two methods of sterilization, boiling and using an electric sterilizer. So, earlier boiling was the only method. So what you do in boiling is you take some clean water, RO water in a patila, put it on your stove. When it starts boiling, you put all your bottle parts in it and boil them good for 5 minutes. For electric sterilizer, you just put all the parts there and switch on the button, and around 6 to 7 minutes, all of them get sterilized. So, however, with the boiling method, there can still be chances of mishandling because you are using your daily utensils and there is nothing that is covered and locked when you are actually sterilizing. So, I personally recommend that if you are going to be bottle feeding your baby for a long time, you know that it's best to invest in an electric sterilizer because it eases the process. It is a very, very 1 minute kind of a job that you need to do every time. Also, it has or it maintains more hygiene as compared to boiling. Also, while buying the sterilizer, do not buy any combination units like sterilizer come steamer, come warmer. No, just plain sterilizer, because the more functions you add to the sterilizer, the higher the chances of infections developing through the bottles. Now, after we have sterilized our bottles, this is the number one mistake that we make, where we don't realize what we're doing wrong and our baby is getting ill so often. You are not supposed to air dry sterilized baby bottles. Yes, see, sterilization is what? It is taking the temperature so high so that it kills all the bacteria, 100% killing of bacteria. And the moment you air dry those bottles, it comes in contact with our air, and our air has so many dust, particles, and they come in contact with the baby bottle. And once again, the whole purpose is defeated. So please do not air dry your baby's bottles after they are sterilized. What you need to do is, there are 2-3 options that you can do. One is, immediately after sterilization, you take out all the parts, take a clean container which has a lid, airtight lid, or a glass container with an airtight lid, put all the parts in that and put it in your fridge. So whenever you want to use a bottle, go to your fridge, open it, assemble a bottle, make milk, and then give it to your baby. Second option is, the moment you sterilize, with clean hands, assemble those bottles properly. I will just show you how to assemble them. Assemble them properly and keep them in a separate area of your house. Make a proper feeding station which is absolutely clean, sanitized, and keep them there. So that way, all the the insides of the bottle are absolutely still sterile. Third option is that you let those bottle parts remain in the sterilizer only. You can do that for 24 hours. So whenever you want to make a bottle, go to your sterilizer, take out one bottle part, assemble it, and then feed your baby. But note that in case you leave all those bottle parts in your baby's sterilizer for more than 24 hours and they have not been used, you need to re-sterilize them. And you need to sterilize your bottles every time you give your baby milk in a bottle. Every time. It doesn't mean that right now you've given your baby sterilized bottle, the next feed you are just rinsing that bottle and giving it. No, every time you give your baby a bottle, it has to be a sterilized bottle. Hence I recommend that you at least buy 4-5 bottles. I will show you how to assemble these bottles from the sterilizer properly while maintaining strict hygiene. First step is, again, either you wash your hands properly with water and soap, or if you can't, then use a hand rub, hospital grade hand rub. So you wipe this very nicely under your nails also and let it air dry. Keep a clean plate. This is an absolutely clean plate next to your sterilizer. Then I will take out the bottle parts. So firstly, here I am going to be taking out the plastic bottle, keeping it here. So this is the Dr. Brown's anti-colic bottle. Now I'm going to be assembling the vent. So I'm not going to be touching the top part. I'm just going to be touching the outer part. Then I am again going to put this inside. Now I will place it inside the bottle. Now is the most important part, the nipple assembly. So how do you do that? So I pick up the nipple. When I'm picking up the nipple, I'm picking it up from the side. Please don't pick it up like this. Some people pick it up like this, and this is wrong. You've got to pick it up from the side. Then take the nipple cap, place it here. Again, I'm not touching the nipple opening and I'm just pressing it from behind like this. Then I will not put this cap on the bottle before. First I will put the cap here and then I will actually make it. So now my bottle is assembled. Last few pointers on maintaining hygiene is that, say you are feeding your baby milk from a bottle and you're sitting on the bed. So what we do is we open the cap, we are feeding the baby milk. Now the baby has stopped having the milk in between, so we put the bottle just like that on our bed. So that is a bad practice. You need to always cover your bottle's nipple with a cap, and whenever you're putting the cap somewhere, it should be upside down. It should not be the base should not be touching the bed or any surface that you're putting it onto. Because what happens is, if your baby's bottle is on the bed, there's a high chance it might just get knocked over and the nipple touches the bed sheet, and that is one area where your bacteria can come and contaminate it. And the times we are in a hurry, we open our baby's bottle, the cap falls down on the ground. You are not supposed to pick that cap up and again put it on your bottle nipple. No, either get a new cap from any of the spare bottles that you have, or completely change the bottle altogether. These were some of the hygiene tips that I wanted to give all of you, because I have been bottle feeding Noor right from the start. We have not had any kind of infections or anything due to this for her. So I hope my tips were helpful for you. Bye bye.